In this class, we're going to expand upon everything we've been learning regarding these fun vertical figure eights, but we are going to add a nice little spicy hip drop into the mix. So let's start with learning some hip drops or reviewing them, depending on where you're at in your process. So let's bring all the weight to one side, and even though we aren't doing tree trunk legs, meaning the weight on both sides, we are still dropped and we're still in our home position. So we're going to start with the hip pulled up towards the armpit and just hold there for a second. So when we're talking about drops, that is when we are hitting the beat. We are dropping on the beat. So if we want to drop on the beat, we got to be up on the and. So let's do it. And 1, 2, 3, nice. Drop, drop, drop. If you're wearing a jingle belt, you should have those jingles jingling on the drop, because that's where we're putting the emphasis. Down, 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 down. 5, 6, 7, 8, and drop. So let's switch. Let's just do an 8 count like that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Push, drop. And you might already feel a nice familiar feeling on that push from the last class. 7, 8, and drop. 2, 3. We'll do the last time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and perfect. So now we're going to do the drops twice. On the second drop, well, actually we'll do it more than twice, but we're going to do, okay. We're going to drop once, and then on the second time we drop, we're going to drop it so heavily that it pushes the other hip out of the way, okay? So we'll keep that, we'll just keep repeating that. So we're going to go drop straight down, then drop, heavy drop, pushing the other hip out of the way. So it drops so much, and again, the weight is staying on your left side if you're mirroring me. Here we go. And drop, and big, little, big, little, big. So small drop, bigger drop. Drop and drop, 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 little, big. One more time, little and big. Now we're going to take the weight that's on this foot, and we're going to do what we did in the last class. We're going to push off the ball, and while we're pushing off, we're lifting the hip and sinking the weight to the other side. And then let's just drill this side with a dropping on the beat. 6, 7, 8, and 1. Good. Now let's add I'm going to call them double drops. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Number 2 is so heavy it pushes the weight out to the side, so your weight's going out to your right on number 2. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 5, 6, 7, switch. Let's just practice that for an 8 count. 4, 5, 6, 7, switch. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time, drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and perfect. So we're going to add a double drop into the drawing in vertical figure 8 that we've kind of dialed into in the last couple of videos. So let's start on our right, since we've been doing that. And so we're going to go drop and drop. Now instead of hitting it into a big lift, just sink. So it's one drop, and then on the second drop, you slide the weight out. So just the same way that you were hitting, we're just going to slide the weight out and give a big push up, and then we do our first drop. First drop, second drop. So as you drop, you go from taking the attention on this hip to sliding over to the other hip, really sinking into the floor and coming up. So this is very similar to that feeling when we did the nice symmetrical movements, pushing off the floor. And I know you can't see my feet. I don't have a monitor right now, but here we are. Let's just practice this, and then we'll add the double drop in it. So we're going to push, sink, and remember, try to keep your chest lifted. Try to keep your head in the same spot. So as one knee is lifting, the other one is sinking equally, so that your torso is absorbing the movement of the hips as opposed to you switching levels. Beautiful. Keep going with that. I'm gonna come closer so you get a better view of my hips. Cool. One more time, and now we're going to add a little nice accent with the hip drops into the mix. So we're gonna go drop and drop, push, drop, drop. So that second drop is a sink. So I'll say this, drop and sink, push, drop, sink, push, drop, sink, push, drop, sink, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's make it more dramatic. 2, so we can add that swish in there. So if we had a beat where we wanted to hit the second time, we could. So hit and hit. But it goes from the top hip to the bottom hip. Top hip, bottom hip. Top hip, bottom hip. Drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stop. Super. So now we have this kind of fun, dynamic, and playful hip drop motion that we're incorporating into that more familiar figure 8. We're gonna put together 3 of the different variations that we've learned, all incorporating the down to up drawing in figure 8. So we'll start out with the double count, 1, 2, single, single, 3, 4, and big, little, little. Then we'll go to push, drop, just doing equal symmetrical movement on each side, but I am pushing off the ball of my foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll add what we learned in this class, which is the drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back to the double, and then we'll just repeat that. So, ready? 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push. 1, 2, 3. Last time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and push. Drop. Symmetrical. 5, 6. Add the double drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big, little, little, big. Symmetrical, big. Sink. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and double. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Push. And push. And again. Push. Last time. Push. Symmetrical. Up to down. In 5, 6, 7. Double drop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we've already got a nice fun little combination that leads well in to each other. Let me know how that's feeling. Let me know what I can clarify. And I just want to end this class by saying that you can add these drops to any song, almost any song. Any song that has a beat, you can add the drops. If it's very slow, I would continue to do these drawing in or out. More circular movements are good because they don't have to have a beat. They can just ride along the tempo. But if you have a beat, you can drop, and this little switch, when you switch the weight and push, that can be used as a transition, even though it's not technically a figure 8. This is also teaching you how to drop 2, 3, 4. So you can just switch sides using that sink to push move that we've been going over. So put that in your belly dancing pipe and smoke it, enjoy it, and we still have, I think, like another class or 2 focusing on these vertical figure 8s before we move into a new chapter. So I hope you're enjoying yourself, and see you in the next class.